Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode from Veg Grab Podcast. And this week I've got some ribs. I'm just going to barbecue up. I'm not doing anything special to them. I might add some smoking chips in a bit, and that's about it. So I'm going to barbecue that up while I crack on and do some work on the plot. Well, some of you may remember that last year I had a very good success growing pumpkins in the compost heap. Well, it was so good that I've decided to do it again this year. And not just in the compost heap, but also my compost bins, just making more use of the space. Now I filled all the compost places up with waste material from the weeds and things. I've then put a layer of comfrey that I've chopped down, leaves and stalks, just on top, and then I've covered that in compost from the compost bin. And this is what I'm planting straight into. I've got 3 varieties this year: Red Turbine, Big Max, which is what I'm doing right now, and Atlantic Giant. Let's get that going the right way. Now last year it was very, very successful. I had one of my best pumpkins I've ever grown out of it, so which is why I'm reciprocating it again this year. Yeah, that's got them all planted up, as you can see. Doesn't take long, pretty easy to do once it's set up. And yeah, I don't know if you can see it, I've got the one over there that I've done the same in. In the single ones I'm just planting the one plant in, but this I've got 3, and I might follow it up with a butternut squash or something at a later date. But yeah, fingers crossed this will be as successful as it was last year. So wife and I were deciding what we were going to eat for dinner today, and I figured we'll have a few potatoes if we can. So let's have a look at what we've got in here. I'm not expecting a huge amount. I only planted a single seed potato in these, if I remember right. In fact, I reckon I could probably grow that back, because the seed potato, hopefully you can see that, it's still there. Some of them a bit too small. Okay, not bad. I knew this was going to be a bit too early to get a decent amount out of, but nonetheless we've got a handful there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go grab another bucket and we'll see what we get. That should give us enough for our little dinner. Right, so let's bring in a second bucket. I'm looking a little on the dry side actually. Given the sun at the moment, I'm not surprised. Throw some of these weeds down there. Yeah. Again, I think I'll plant those back up in a second. Try and get a second harvest out of them. But overall, not great, but they are early. I have no idea what variety they are because of these are the ones that kind of fell over. So yeah, I only got 2 out of them that time. But I think out of those 2, it's only me and the wife, and I'm not a great lover of new potatoes, so that should give us enough to kind of get us going. We'll pop that back in there, top that up with some more compost. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm closing up for this week. Feeling rather glad. I emptied another pack of another bucket of potatoes in there. Yeah, there was enough in 3 buckets to use for our dinner, so I'm pretty happy with that, and the plants will grow on, so that's pretty good. It's not like I'm short on potato plants. Ribs are just looking about ready. Do like a nice rib. So I'm going to eat this before I get on and water everything and get out of here. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this week. Oh, this looks lovely. Yeah, thank you very much for watching this week. Any comments, suggestions, etc., please leave below. I'd love to hear from you. But until next time, please take care, and I'll see you again next time. Oh.